Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Warframe reaction. Today we have one as requested by Spinrift and my executive producers, and this is Lullaby of the Manifold. I've learned quite a bit about Warframe in general. Like, I didn't have any clue the first time I heard a song from this game at all, and I was like, okay, I need to figure out more of what this is. Through some other requests, like the online song, I've learned a little bit more about how this world handles itself, which is basically just gigantic fantasy space adventure. There doesn't really seem to be like a line or a real consistency in any one place. There's so many different locations with different lores and different people and races that it's just very dense. So I'm not going to go in assuming that everything is on the same planet like I initially thought. I was completely wrong there. So this is mostly just going to be me listening to another song, but with a little bit more of an open mind this time around, knowing that the game has a lot more to offer than I initially thought. So without further ado, let's go! Loving the textures in here already. All right. It's got that shanty energy to it. I love that they do this. That's so satisfying. That's a beautiful harmony. I'm gonna have to check what interval that is. I love like war drums. It's such a cool orchestral vibe to this. There we go. I love how graceful yet intense it is. It's such a hard blend, such a hard balance. Woo! Didn't expect that build up there. Great panning on the vocals too. They're just separated enough. See, like for that one, it had like a tonic harmony. And it wasn't just like running the standard harmony line. Was that like a, no, it wouldn't be a third. It'd be like a fifth or a seventh maybe? I'm gonna have to figure that out. Give me a second. All right, it was a mix. That's why I couldn't figure it out. So it's like, which is like a mix of threes, like major and minor thirds, a perfect fourth? No, a diminished fourth. That'd be, yeah, diminished fourth and an A2 right there. So So it's a beautiful there. I also just realized that I said A2. I should have said augmented second, but that's what that is. So it's just, I love it. It's so cool. And that's exactly why I couldn't pin down exactly what the interval was, because it felt like it was moving. It felt too dynamic to just be, because if it just stayed on the same, like if it was all threes, it would have been, and that just sounds gross, it doesn't land right. But that has a lot more motion. It works so much better. It brings you with it a little bit more. And I think that separation of the thirds, fourths, and seconds in there just adds all of that. It just works, within the key. You got to play in the key. You can't be not doing that. So that's why it happens, because it's using that F sharp right there, or G flat, depending on what you want to call it. But either way, it's just... God, I love that relationship. That is so pretty. I'm going to lock that away in my brainy bank for later. I'm going to use that somewhere. That's so cool. Anyway, the rest of the song, gorgeous. I love the shanty feel of it. I'm sure that was intentional. I love the harmonies. If that wasn't clear, an amazing composition overall. And it's rare that I have a song where I'm like, man, this one just kind of tickles me. It shivers my timbers in a certain way. And in this case, probably more literal than I thought. And if you remember me talking about the tonics and harmonics on the end part there, that was a little bit different from how they did it earlier, where we got this relationship right there. That's the D right there, right? When you play all this together, you're basically just keeping this relationship of this E and G, that first set, and of course that D and G flat there. It's basically just... But they just... It just adds a little bit more. It's not too much, but again, they're working on the tonics up here, since D would be our tonic. So we're probably in the key of D up here. I'm not entirely positive, so don't quote me on that, but it would make sense if they were sitting up here. At the same time, we're starting on E, so maybe that's what it is too. I didn't really pay too much attention to what the key is here. Ooh. I was right, that's the key of D. I wanted to go make sure. I'm not a professional musician, so when I play something and I guess correctly, I'm like, ooh, okay, it's gotta be that. So that was the key of D. That's the whole scale right there. So it's just anything you would play in there, it would fit, and it sounds pretty. It sounds so cool. I love the key of D. I love a lot of keys. There really isn't a singular key that I would call my favorite. Maybe E minor. It's beautiful. I mean, there's so many good ones out there, but that's just me yapping. Either way, this is so pretty. And again, just working with itself, it sounds so good. The sea shanty energy to it, it's just so fucking tight. Oh God, I love this song. It's so pretty. The vocalist does an amazing job on it. Her tone is perfect when she does that harmonic octave with it. It's just because she's singing in her head voice and she's flipping up into that, so it's creating a separate tone up there in the higher end that's a little bit sharper, so it creates its own vocal quality at the top, that all of her lower register stuff that we were getting with the main melody of the song and everything, the verses, etc., was just the perfect possible blend. I mean, obviously a lot of vocalists are going to sound good when they're matched with their own voice, just singing different parts. That is always going to work. It would be more impressive to find a vocalist who couldn't make their own voice work with their own voice on harmonies, but point aside, she just has this quality that sounds so free. It's got such a good body to it, and her voice, like I said, up in that higher register, flipping that into the head voice, it's just so pretty. It's thinner than the lower register is. Obviously, you're not getting nearly as much vibrato or body in the notes or anything. You're not getting that resonance out of the chest. It's just the head voice. But man, it just feels so good up there. It's like she's comfortable in probably, I would say, maybe a 4-octave range with that ability to just flip it up there. Definitely a 3 for sure. But I also think I've been yapping about this song a little bit too enthusiastically, and I've kind of run out of things to talk about because I'm just so hyped about it. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want want me to get to something else from Warframe, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. And thank you, Spinriff, for putting this into the executive producer queue. If any of you want to do the executive producer thing, you can force me to listen to something. Go to my Patreon, go to my YouTube memberships. There's a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you want. Doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!